Welcome to another episode of the Red River Rundown. Today we have everybody first episode going YouTube live as well, so check that out. You got Cam, LunchBox, Loon. We all here. What's happening? How y'all doing this week?
I'm
Solid.
doing pretty motherfucking good.
We got
I'm
some
doing
fucking
pretty motherfucking
weather.
good.
We got some weather, fellas. Finally.
Got some weather.
I
Grass is looking green out there. That's the
Oh, we
biggest thing.
did. We did. I can't even say we didn't really get no weather. We did get some weather.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's
We
back, baby.
I mean, it's back. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. The weather is crazy. Fellas, we got a bunch of stuff going on. Obviously, we're going to talk about a bunch today. But we were going to start off talking about the NBA playoffs. So 15 minutes starting now. What do y'all think about the NBA playoffs? What's y'all's favorite series? What do y'all like? Who do y'all think will win the series, etc. Right?
Okay.
Just
think
pick a
Okay.
game.
I
Let's
think my
start.
favorite I think my favorite series is Knicks Hawks. I feel like there's that one has the most drama, and I feel like the
Yeah.
games are pretty evenly matched. I think that Minnesota is in Denver's head. I don't think Denver has an answer for Minnesota, and I think Minnesota's going to close it up game 6.
With the possible loss of Anthony Edwards, and we know DiVincenzo ain't coming back, you feel
Yep.
like that even with that, you feel like they still got it because it took a hero effort from a guy I can't pronounce his last name. He dropped 43 on him last night. I don't think he repeats that. So it really just depends on if Anthony Edwards is back. I think that really could shift the momentum of the series as far as like Denver kind of coming back. At least they're gonna. I think they're gonna make it interesting. I think that they can win two in a row and then kind of have Minnesota on their heels because Minnesota is not good at really buttoning things up. If that makes sense, they've came out and they've had leads before and they've kind of let teams kind of come back into it. I do agree with you though. I think the Atlanta Knicks series, the Atlanta New York series is very interesting just because, dude, the dysfunction, the Hawks couldn't get a bucket for like 10 game minutes. It was insane. No, but what was weird is like they CJ McCollum, who has been cooking them ever since. He kind of was a little more passive in the game, which kind of threw me off. But I feel like Nikhil Alexander Walker isn't really like taking that stride in this series. I mean, it's their first playoff series like Atlanta's in a couple of years, and so I don't know if it's just youth,
He's in
but
a new
he's been
role.
there before.
Yeah, but he's in a new role.
Yeah,
They're asking him to take on more of that scoring role, and he wasn't that with the T
yeah.
Wolves. He was very much defend and give the
3
ball
and
to
D.
Ant and get out the way.
Yeah, 3 and D.
Yeah,
How do you feel
I
about
do
the
think
Detroit
I do
Orlando
think that
series, though?
I think the Hawks are maybe like a year or two away. I agree with that. I
I
think
I think I think they are too.
Yeah,
Which series did you say though, Isaiah?
the Detroit Orlando series. I mean,
I like that series. I
Orlando
really
put
do.
it on,
Yeah, they did. They
put it
definitely
on.
put it on them boys. I like it. I like it. I just don't. I don't know why. I just don't have faith in either team. I feel like it
Yeah,
is a. It is. I can't even imagine either one of them getting on a run and winning a series if that makes sense after this. So while I enjoy it, it's cool to see like Paulo Banchero's like one game he's cooking, the next game he's not. It's cool to see, you know what I'm saying, Desmond Bain. It's cool to see a lot of those dudes have a good game and then come back and then just shit down their leg. And then Detroit, obviously, they're gonna give you that gritty performance that Detroit's been given since like the '80s, really. So it's a cool, fun little series. I will not lie to either one of y'all. I do agree. I do agree. Atlanta and New York is the most fun series. Everything else has been
I,
pretty.
I feel
It's
like
been
I feel like people were so quick to close the series with Orlando and give it to Detroit
facts.
without thinking about the fact that Orlando didn't have their, I would argue, their second best player most of the season in Franz Wagner, and he's back, and I think that matters. I mean, he provides consistent shooting. He's a 20-point per game guy.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And they don't
There
have the
is
depth
games.
like
Yeah,
Oklahoma City, where they can lose a guy like that and be fine. You know,
I will agree with you too. Is that Paolo definitely gets in modes where he thinks
hmm
he's the best player in the league, and he's not, respectfully. So settle down, like be a little more passive, get people involved. I mean, really, Jalen Suggs scoring the basketball a little bit more is kind of helped along the way in a couple of these games. I mean, Detroit came back and what was it, game two, and played a lot sharper, but they, I don't know. Detroit's a weird team to me. Detroit's like a team that who's your second option? Because they're making it seem like it's not Jalen Duren right now. You got Cade, and who else? Who's really scoring? Who's really getting buckets out there? Tobias Harris is gonna get you 10 to 15. I don't think that changes the trajectory of the series, even though they're one seed and they played great team ball. I think in the playoffs where things are getting a lot tighter as far as like the calls and defense is getting a lot more ramped up. They're not really finding their scoring consistently in somebody else. And that could prove to be a problem with Orlando. It's like, they got at least two guys, really three if you count Desmond Bain. The Pistons, I feel like they rely only and solely on Cade Cunningham, and that's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Who else is you going to rely on? Tobias Harris?
That
You
was
know what
what, that's
happens,
what I'm
bro.
saying.
You know what happens in the playoffs, bro. It's been like that for a while. That's what he was doing whenever he was in Philly. So, I
I
mean,
think you guys are
that's
shading my guy Duncan a little too hard. Okay,
hey.
my guy
Duncan
Duncan.
Robinson?
You
Duncan
talking
is
about
a bucket,
Sheen?
baby.
You talking about Sheen from Jimmy Neutron? He be out there getting buckets. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, no,
When he's
How
he's
wide
about how
open.
about
yeah.
how about our
You need
king
one of
out
those.
west, fellas? Our king.
Or King.
Who don't you?
Crowd
Nah,
is you want to crowd him?
Crown him.
Put
look,
him on
Crown
look.
their
him.
ass.
Look, it's a great effort by LeBron James. LeBron has he's got the Lakers honestly dominating the series that people had them.
Boy.
I think they had like an 18% chance to win the series, which is wild.
Well,
LeBron he's done his thing. He's done his thing. Now I will
Him
say
and
I'm more displeased with how Houston's look than I am excited
yeah,
about the
no
Lakers.
yeah,
shit.
I agree
And
with you.
it's just I do it does look good. Like, hey, getting Luca coming back, you get Austin coming back, and depending on the other seeds, you could possibly avoid OKC until the conference championship, right? So from that aspect, since they're going to
Do
get the
they?
lowest seed, it does. Yeah, it just depends on who's the lowest seed because the
Oh,
Thunder
I
will
didn't know
get the
they
lowest seed
reseed.
available. Well, I
Oh,
think it's just the lowest seed. So if the five
right.
seed or yeah, if the six seed wins, I think the Thunder will get them. I believe I might be fucking wrong, and if I am, then oops, my bad. But I think there's a chance that they could if they don't and they have to get OKC. I mean,
Would you
give it all
rather
you got,
play?
baby.
Would you rather play the Spurs or the Thunder without Jalen, without Dub?
I, ooh, I I would say so.
Well, okay, let's be
I'd rather
fair.
play the Spurs.
To
I'd
be
rather
fair,
play the Spurs, and the reason is because yes, there's no dub, but you have Luca and Austin who are still getting their timing back,
Yeah.
and the Thunder are so athletic that they can get in your ass while you're still trying to get back in the swing of the game,
oh,
and it's 20. They're 20 points up, bro. They're 20 points up.
I
No pause, bro. You know what it
I'm
is.
not because I think Dub will be back by then anyways. But just out of curiosity, if that were the case,
Yeah.
well,
oh,
I
fucking Bronny
looking
and
at the
LeBron were putting Reed Shepard through hell the other night. That's why I brought them up. I was like, God damn,
Braun.
boy.
You know what is insane to me is that when they had their little 2-man game there for like a couple of possessions, I was
Yeah.
like, get him out. I immediately was like, get him out. I was like, I don't like it. He has a chance to get more minutes in the playoffs. I don't like it. Set him down. Set him down right now. Right.
He has to though. He has to.
Yeah, they don't.
He,
Who? But the problem, we've talked about this before. The biggest problem is he is a two guard that has to bring the ball up. So Pops has to bring the ball up, and he has to play off the ball.
which
So
is
they're
it's
running a pick and roll together, which is so strange.
which it's hard to do now when Austin and Luke are in the lineup. You're fine because they'll be the ones
Yeah,
handling the ball. So Bronny can just
yeah.
go stand in the corner and hit them corner threes, and that's
One
it.
three.
But yeah, he doesn't have he's not doing that right
How
now.
do you guys feel about the formerly known as Jailblazers going against my boys? Okay, I know Wimby got hurt. I know they snuck one.
He went to sleep, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, bro,
Yeah, he
his
bro, he was
was.
gone.
face
Yeah,
bounced off the hardwood
yeah.
floor,
He looked like
and
Jackson
so
Dart.
yeah, that's why he didn't finish out that game, and then he didn't play in game 3. But
Yeah.
we're up 2-1. You know, I think it's going to be a gentleman's sweep because I'm pretty
I,
sure
I told you
they're
last
going
week
to
before we
evaluate.
started recording that it was going to be a gentleman's sweep, and I apologized that I said Lakers in five. I
It's about to be
truthfully,
Lakers and 4.
it might be Lakers in four, especially if
About to be
KD say,
Lakers and
"Hey,
4.
yeah, if
Boy.
it's I don't know if KD doesn't play, it's
That's over.
it's over today,
It's
Yeah.
over. Katie plays.
and
Ooh.
Shit.
and Austin might play today. So if Austin gives
Ooh.
us 20-25 minutes, it's over with.
Man, I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie.
We just
I feel like if the Trailblazers played ugly basketball, I feel like they could beat the Spurs. And well, that's
it,
with Wemby off the court. With Wemby back,
I was like,
they're not gonna. Yeah, I'm saying like
well,
I feel like they blew an opportunity the other night. They should have won that game.
yeah. But in the game that Wimby went out on, the they were very top heavy in their shot distribution. Like
Mm-hmm.
Castle, Fox, and Vassell all shot 20 times. And I feel like they could have spread that out a little more evenly, especially with Keldon Johnson coming off the bench. Uh, Dylan Harper didn't shoot a whole lot.
Dylan
So
Harper
it
just
kind
fucking
of
nasty, bro.
they just were kind of they were kind of in that weird stage of like, all right, well, somebody's got to shoot this motherfucker, and it ended
Yeah.
up being
What did
De'Aaron,
he? What
Stephon,
did
and
he have in Game 3? He had like 27 or some shit like that. Harper.
who you talking about?
Harper.
Yes,
Bro, he
yes,
went
and
fucking crazy.
I think he came off the bench in that game. I'm not sure, but every time would they figure out how to play a better form of team
Yeah.
basketball, then it always looks a lot better. And he only shot the ball 12 times, but he had 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
So they were able to share the ball a lot better. They were more efficient from the field. That's the biggest thing. It's like when Wibby went out, they had to figure out who was going to shoot the ball. But I mean, I think gentlemen sweep. The last thing that I'll bring up, because I know we're almost on time. No scare from the Celtics 76er series. None at all. You just don't care about it.
No,
Move
I
on
don't
to the
really care.
next.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say I'd much rather talk about the Thunder series.
I think the Western Conference
That shit's
Finals is
over
this
with.
year's NBA Finals. That's my opinion. I don't think it fucking matters who comes out of the East.
Well, I mean, the reason I say that, 76ers were able to sneak one in game 2. They didn't lose by a lot in game 3, and then they played tonight. So that's the only reason why I was bringing it up. I don't think it's like, oh, is Boston in trouble? But I mean, can they take them to 6 is really my question. And as
I
far
think
as the Thunder go, more than what is there to talk about? Okay,
It's
Dylan
over
Brooks
with.
is doing everything that he can.
He
Okay,
fighting for his life, and
Dude
he
is
just
averaging
he's
30 a
fighting for
game. It's crazy.
he's
he-
doing
he's
everything that he can.
he's fixing to get paid.
Yeah.
He's doing his run on our test right now, and he's just doing it on a bad team. I'm sure. He's my boy KG. Shout out to the homie. He's been saying for like a year that he felt like Dylan Brooks will end up in LA, and I think after Bron does leave at the end of this year, because I still think that he's out of there. I think Dylan Brooks is in purple and gold.
It's crazy to me to say this, but Phoenix is down 0-3 right now because
Because of Dylan Brooks, yes, I agree.
no. What?
Yes. No, you want my honest opinion? He's not efficient. He went 11 of 21. Okay, in game 4. I mean in game 3. Shots out to you. Look at all the other games. Go look at the box score. Take your
I mean,
time. I'll wait.
no, I mean, I know what you're saying, but at least at least he's showing some fight and some kind of fucking heart. He's trying to make it happen. Like
I mean, but that's just him as an
my
individual. He's
my
shown that
problem
ever since
is
he was
like
in Memphis.
Dylan Booker, man, bro. You're supposed to be the star,
Devin.
and you spent more. Or yeah, Devin. My fault. I said Dylan. You know
Yeah.
it's fucking
Yes.
like you spent more time and effort whining about foul calls and lack thereof. And dude, go play the game. Like go be a leader. Go find a way. He's been horrible all series.
What has he changed since he? Have you ever looked at Devin Booker and been like, man, he's got grit to him. He's got that edge to him.
Just
No,
that one
he's just a
playoff run.
scorer.
Just that one playoff
That
run with
one
Chris
playoff
Paul.
run, and he's a scorer.
Yeah.
I just
Well, I'll give him two. I'll give him the year that they went to the finals and the year after that, and then after. I
because
mean,
before this
I was
series he
thinking
was averaging 30 a game in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, I was thinking he was going to continue developing into honestly what SGA is now. That was where he was as far as like his progression, and he just never reached that. But yeah, gentlemen, we did get to time, so we can keep it pushing. I wanted to do like a quick, you know what I'm saying, a keep 3, cut 5 or something along those lines. We haven't done one of those. And I wanted to do it primarily over 2000s wide receivers and see what you fellas thought and who were you going to keep and who were you going to cut. So without further ado, keep 3, cut 5. And the first name up, right? And this is going to set the bar for how y'all are going to do. Chad Johnson.
I think I'm gonna cut.
Okay, let's really think about this now. This is 2000s.
I said from
Jerry
2000
Rice.
to present. I said 2000s to present. So
2000
even
to-
if Jerry,
Okay.
if Jerry is in the 2000s, he would be. He's on. We're talking Jerry at the end. You know what I'm saying? He's still Jerry Rice by name, but he was Jerry Rice at the end. At that point, he was not.
This is a good cut.
Cut.
I agree with you, and I'm gonna tell you why. He had about a 4 to 5 year window. Outside of that,
As soon as he changed his name to Ocho Cinco, career went down the tubes.
whoa. Well, hold on now.
I stand
Hold
on
on
that.
He stood on it. All right. Next name up. Dez Bryant.
Cut.
Yeah, I'm not keeping
I
that
don't
either.
think that's too hard. We're talking 25 years of football, and you give us Chad Johnson and Des Bryant.
Hey,
and
hey, bro.
arguably-
Hey,
I would
hey,
have kept Chad Johnson before Dez.
hey.
And that's shout out to Dez because
You
I
better
was a
put
big
some
Dez guy.
respect. You better put some respect on Ocho name. Okay?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like I agree with Cameron. I'd probably put Ocho. I put Ocho. I put Ocho
Okay.
before Dez.
All right, cool. Next name up. Marvin Harrison.
I'm keeping him.
Keeping. Yeah. Hall of Famer got a
I don't know
ring.
why. I can't tell what you're doing with your eyes right now because
Who?
of those glasses.
Hey.
But I don't like the half smirk.
It's not a half
what
smirk.
you
I'm just
got on
reading
this
names.
list.
I don't know what you want me to do. I'm just reading the names.
I don't know. I can't read you right now. I don't
You
know
don't
what
have
you're
to
doing.
read me. You just have to hear the name. And then once you hear the
don't
name,
know
you just
your
make a decision
intentions.
based off of it.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, we're keeping him.
Hear my words and see my thoughts.
Bet.
Next name up. Wes Welker.
Cut.
Damn, Oklahoma's own.
Yeah,
You got
cut.
him out of there quick, Isaiah.
He was never even a number one option. Cut.
Oh,
Not,
Isaiah?
not a question.
Isaiah?
I mean,
Isaiah,
talking
you
about a
cannot
guy
keep
that
Wes
lived in-
Welker if you cut Chad Johnson.
Look,
Are you kidding
all
me?
I'm saying is if it was me and I was thinking about keeping
I'm
him,
trying to
I wouldn't
figure
let
out-
Cameron gaslight me like that.
Bro,
No, no,
You feel what I'm
here's
saying?
The thing. Here's the scoop, and I'm going to tell you. I don't know where Marlon's head's at with this list, Cameron. So
it doesn't.
I'm going to agree
Isaiah,
with you
It,
and cut because it's a long amount of time.
it
All right? It's
doesn't
a long amount of
matter.
time.
You cannot keep Wes Welker if you cut
You know
Ocho
Wes
Cinco.
Welker's career
I don't
stats are
give a
more
shit.
than
He
Ocho's,
was
right?
never a number one option. Never.
And this is the
Not
halfway
has to
mark.
be.
This is the halfway mark. This is
Didn't have
the
to.
fourth name. Y'all have cut. This would be now 3, and
So we gotta
you've only
keep two
kept
cut
one.
too.
So yeah. So you're all right. Here we go.
I'm starting to feel bad
Next
about the
name
Ocho Cinco
up.
cut.
Torrey Holt.
God, because was he not? Yeah, because he was never the number one, and he was always behind Isaac Bruce. I'm cutting. God, that sucks, man.
Torrey Holt was really like that, fellas.
I know he was, but he wasn't like Ocho Cinco. So fuck him.
You're right.
I'm really feeling
Oh,
stupid
so
about the Ocho
are
cut.
we down to the last two names or
No,
three
we got
names?
three.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Three
three.
total
Okay,
names.
okay.
We gotta keep two of them and cut
Isaiah,
one.
Next
we gotta do good
name
here.
up, Terrell Owens.
Keep.
Keep.
Not even close. Keep.
Okay. Hey. All right, here we
We
go.
gotta play this smart.
And
We gotta
here
play this
is
smart.
here's a name.
Isaiah, we
gotta
can
go.
do it, baby. We can do this. For
Next
Lincoln
name
County.
up, Andre Johnson.
Oof.
Oh, hold on. Let's talk about this.
I really
Julio
feel like
Jones could be it. Julio Jones could be in this.
Randy fucking
okay?
Moss could be in it.
Randy Moss could be in this. Okay.
Man.
We have kept T.O. and Marvin Harrison.
Greg Jennings could be in it.
Greg Jennings.
Yeah.
Knowing me, it could
Jordy
be Hines
Nelson.
Ward.
Could be Jordy Nelson.
See, I think
Could
Andre
be
Johnson's
Devontae
better than Jordan
Adams.
Nelson.
Devontae
Devontae's
Adams
tough,
could be in
yeah.
this. Puka Nakua could be in this, dude.
Mike Evans could be in it.
Mike Evans.
Jettas and Jamar could be in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut with the hopes of Marlon
Not
was
firing out an absolute.
legit.
An absolute.
Yeah, not give us a fucking dud.
I did not create this. I just screenshotted it and I'm just reading down. I'm reading down names. You know what I'm saying? Like
Isaiah, I have to
hey,
ask because we're at this point, but would you have kept Ocho Cinco or Andre Johnson? Who would you have kept first?
Andre Johnson.
Ooh, they got a podcast together
listen,
too, so I hope they see this.
I would keep Andre Johnson just because he beat the absolute shit out of Cortland Finnegan. That's it.
Yeah,
Cut.
he ran a quick fade. All right. And last name up. Well, first, you guys decided to keep Terrell Owens, keep Marvin Harrison Sr.,
Hall of Famers.
cut Torrey Holt, you cut
Hall of
Des
Famer.
Bryant, you cut
Not
Wes
Hall of
Welker,
Famer.
you cut
Possibly.
Ocho Cinco, you cut Andre Johnson, and you
Hall of Famer.
kept Randy Moss.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Damn, I called that. Let's go.
That was good. That
You know
was
what?
good.
I'm retiring.
I was hoping the Andre Johnson one got you. I was
Yeah.
hoping you were like really
close.
that next name. I should have put y'all in like a pickle and made y'all choose and just been like instead of Andre Johnson, that name should have been like Larry or Larry would have been a really good name because at that point then
I
you're
would have
kinda
kept.
fucked.
I guys still would have kept Larry. I would
You'd
have
have kept Larry over Randy?
Oh no! Oh no! I thought you were talking about between Larry and Andre Johnson.
Oh yeah. I would
would've
have
kept
definitely
Larry.
Yeah,
picked. I
absolutely.
definitely would have picked him. But I'm saying at that
Absolutely.
point you
What
already
if
had T.O.
Marlon
and-
was like a Monty Tumor? I would have.
Hey, bro,
I
put
would've
some
shut off.
respect, bro. I used to run phase with a Monty Tumor back in like Madden 2004.
Give me Steve Smith, not the
Talking about
basketball
USC.
player.
Oh, what?
Yeah, the USC Steve
USC
Smith.
Steve Smith, or you talking about short,
Yeah.
light skinned Steve Smith that got
that
caught on Twitter?
USC Steve Smith had a couple of years with Eli. Just saying.
He did, bro. I thought he was
Who-
next.
Okay. I don't want us to get into the rabbit hole, but who is the most ass receiver that was like good for 1 year? That first name comes to mind, top of your head. That's in this 2000s era.
Michael Thomas.
See, I don't think Michael Thomas though, because Michael Thomas had several years. I'm talking about like basically
Michael
a
Thomas.
one-hit wonder.
He had that one year, and was
Nah,
demanding that con.
He had
had a
3
couple.
years where he had 100 catches. It was just that
okay.
one
Yeah.
year he broke that record.
Yeah.
Man. Well, then my bad. Shit. I'll shut the fuck up then.
I got one for you.
Who?
Allen Robinson. Cameron knows all about that.
No. Not
When he
Allen
went to the
Robinson.
Rams, he became ass. He became certified.
Yeah, but he had a
American-made ass.
couple years with the Jags, and then remember he went to Chicago and had a couple of years with Chicago. Because Mitchell
Okay,
Trubisky,
all right.
while he was cheeks, Allen Robinson was there
I was
putting
gonna
up some
say,
numbers.
I think he received 1,000 one season in Chicago.
It may have been 2, but he was solid. That's why the Rams wanted him. And then I have no idea. Mike Tomlin looked
I
him in his
don't
face and was
know.
just like, "Come
You're
play
my
with us. Come on, you be wide receiver 2 behind George Pickens." And then the next year after that, he was like, "You know who could take his spot? Van Jefferson. Come on, baby." Anyways,
There you go. There's one. Van Jefferson.
God, no, he never had a good season. Stop it. Jonnu Smith, that's who I'll go with. Anyways, so let's go ahead and talk about it. I mean, we still have plenty of time, really. We could go a little bit longer if needed, but 15 minutes starting now. NFL draft. How did y'all feel about it? What teams won? What teams lost the draft? How did you feel that your teams did? What were some of the biggest surprises? And obviously, I know both of y'all are going to ask me some silly ass question about Drew Aller. So,
Just get it out of the way, man.
no, let's not
Yeah,
start there.
you
Let's
might
not.
as well
Okay,
address.
go ahead.
Yeah, let's
You want me to address
address
it?
the
Bet, I got you.
allegations
I got it. I got you. Look,
of
hold
Drew
on. Hold
Aller.
on. Hold on. I got this real quick. How I feel about the Drew Aller move. If we're being real, I think they did what other teams have done in their position. When they're looking for a quarterback, a lot of these teams are taking a boom or bust potential. And they're hoping, hey man, you know what I'm saying? We can find a lottery ticket. We can hit it, right? I remember looking back at Josh Allen's draft. I remember when Mahomes came out of college. I remember people were like, it's a boomer bust because he's too street ball. He's too all of this stuff. Like that stuff, it's still out. If you can look and find the videos of what they were really getting like looked at as prospects. I think Drew Aller has all of those. I think Penn State, yes, yes. Did he show up small? Like at Penn State, absolutely he showed up small at Penn State. His team showed up small at Penn State. His roster was never on par with Ohio State. It was never so for him to beat them, he was going to have to be Superman and generational, and maybe he's not that. I don't think that's what the Steelers need. And I also don't think coming out of the draft that people looked at Josh Allen and looked at Patrick Mahomes and said, oh, you're generational. I think they went to a good offensive system that allowed the game to be simple for them and catered to them. And they built the team around them, and they have rockets attached to their arm. And they developed into quarterbacks that could make throws that no other quarterbacks could, and they became what they are. And I think one thing that people are missing in this whole thing is while everyone's saying that they think that Aaron Rodgers can teach Will Howard how to be a better quarterback, he's never going to be able to teach Will Howard how to make the plays that made Aaron Rodgers because he doesn't have the physical gift that Aaron Rodgers has to be Aaron Rodgers. Which quarterback of the two does have the physical gift to make the throws that Aaron Rodgers could make? It's Drew Aller.
Is
Do I think he's
is
going to
Duck
work?
Hodges still on the
No.
roster?
Do I think
Damn
that
it.
it's going to work? No. But you did essentially what the Colts did with Anthony Richardson in the third round.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, we're always messing with you about what the Steelers are going to do and who they pick.
It doesn't matter at this point.
I think the potential of Drew Aller looks a lot better than the potential of Will Howard, and I think that's why they made the move. And especially with the uncertainty of Aaron Rodgers, because we all know that he's not going to show up until August
No,
to
here,
figure out
here,
what
here,
he wants to do.
here. I'll put that away too. It's real easy. Aaron Rodgers is coming back. Aaron Rodgers is coming back. Everybody thought like, oh, when all of that went down, that meant that Rodgers wasn't coming back. They were kicking him out of the locker room. No, they immediately put Mason Rudolph on the trade block. Immediately, we're like, hey, Mason, you got to go. So the plan to me in Pittsburgh, it looks like you have Will Howard, who won a national championship. He's a bigger kid. He's 6'5", 6'4", whatever. He does have some tools. He doesn't have a rocket arm, but let's give him a chance. He looked good when he was at Ohio State, obviously surrounded by better weapons. Let's see if it was him. Let's see if it's Ohio State. At the same time, let's also see if it was Penn State, or let's see if it's him. But we're also bringing Aaron Rodgers back with the plans that we're still going to draft a quarterback early in the 27 draft because there's supposed to be some really good kids. And then we're just going to let the best case scenario happen, which is 3 young kids that have different potential, different views, different looks, different attempts at being a franchise guy, and may the best man win. At that point,
I
it's just
think you
competition.
guys just drafted a sober Ben Roethlisberger and Drew Aller. I
You
mean,
seen that? You seen that
size,
picture? Yeah.
size, intangibles. Okay, arm. We got Ben 2.0 coming to Pittsburgh. Okay, it's
I
just
I truthfully hope so, but again, I know there's a lot of how much of it was him. Like I said, I think the thing about Drew Aller that I like is that I do think that Mike McCarthy can make the game easy for him. If this was
Hmm.
Mike Tomlin, I'm like, bro, why are we doing this? Because Mike Tomlin, you know what Mike Tomlin wants you to do. Mike Tomlin wants you to
Yeah.
not throw the ball in harm's way, not be a quarterback, and it's hard to develop in that type of system where the defensive-minded guy doesn't want the offense to be easy. He wants it to just no turnovers. We want to check it down. We'll play punt the ball and play good defense. With Mike McCarthy, it's now like no, 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 no. We want to give our defense a break. We want our offense to move the ball consistently down the field. I think if he can make it easy for either Will Howard or Drew Aller, I think they can eat it. Are they going to be Patrick Mahomes? Probably not. But can they be Dak Prescott? Can they be Kirk Cousins? Like, yeah.
If that's their ceiling, that's still not a bad ceiling with you guys' defense and that division. Who lost in the draft? Let's go first 3 rounds because it's gonna be hard to
The
be like,
Rams.
oh, the Rams lost.
Okay. I want to say this. I do think Ty Simpson is better than people think. I do think this is best case scenario for him. Um, I think they reached for him. I don't know if anybody was going to draft him in the first round. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think the
Hmm.
Steelers. Another reason that I'm not upset with them is because the alternative option was drafting Ty Simpson in the first round. It was either Drew in the third or Ty Simpson in the first. So, but
Yeah.
I think they reached on him. And honestly, I don't know if y'all seen Sean McVay. He doesn't look too happy. Now that could just be Sean McVay, but
Being Sean McVay.
Well,
hey,
did
Yeah.
y'all see he came out today? I think, yeah, this morning. Him and the GM came out and kind of calmed the waters about being on the same page, and he looked a lot better
yeah,
today about it.
okay, okay.
Uh,
They probably chewed
I
his
thought
ass out. And
the
he's like, "We'll fire
uh,
your ass. You can't even sit down and shut up so we can actually we we can fucking do some business. We want Ty Simpson. We don't care if you don't want Ty Simpson. We don't care. Matt Stafford's old. We
that's
want Ty
I
Simpson.
I
that's
thought
our guy.
that the I feel the same about Marlon. I think I like the idea of Ty Simpson learning behind Stafford and Sean McVay's offense. I'm pretty sure they traded up to get him at 13. So
They did.
not only did you, I think you drafted him way too high, but you traded up to get him, which I think was silly. And I thought, it's crazy because like I, I think the Cardinals are idiots because they drafted
Ooh,
Jeremiah Love
Isaiah
at
said
three.
that. Isaiah said that
But
literally live, my dog,
but
while
if
we
you
were
look at the
doing it.
rest of
Yeah.
their draft, they actually drafted really well. I'm just like,
So
why?
So then here's a question because we can go a little bit longer on this because I think the only thing after this we have is Mania Night 2. So we can go a little bit longer on the draft. But who I mean, how do you think that the Jags did? How do you think that the Dolphins did first?
Uh, I'll talk about the Jags.
Y'all didn't have a pick until what,
Second
the
round,
third
I
round?
think.
Was it
I think
the second round?
56.
Well, kind of middle,
Yeah,
Yeah.
second round, late
Man,
second round.
listen, I told y'all this, I think last week or the week before. I really wanted them to go interior D line because I feel like the only hole on our team is interior D line.
Paul.
But yeah, why the fuck did we draft a tight end, bro? With our first second round pick, I'm like, man, what are we doing? And not only did we draft one tight end, we drafted two tight ends. Why? Because I feel like our tight end room was okay it was good last season, and our starter was hurt most of the season. But then, we got Regis out of A&M in the third round. I like that.
I like that
I
as well.
I like Wesley
Emmanuel
Williams.
Pregnon, I did not think was going to fall that far, and so you
Yeah,
guys getting him in the third round, that is a solid value piece.
I didn't think Jermon McCoy would fall to the fourth round, and here we
But
are.
it's injuries, bro, and that was a very
Yeah.
Raiders move. The Raiders, bro, the Raiders
Yeah.
are those dudes that go into the casino and they live dangerous. Like you'll be like, bro,
Yeah.
how much are you putting on the blackjack? And they're like, the whole check, baby, the whole
Yep.
check. And you look at them like, yeah,
You
I
sure
can't
about
do that, yeah.
that?
And they're like, yeah, that's the Raiders all the time. And a lot of the times they go hungry. They go hungry, but man, the Raiders actually
Ah,
they've been
yeah.
doing their thing draft wise. So have the Browns actually. Obviously, the Browns took two quarterbacks last year. Everybody were upset about that, but I mean, getting Juckins when they got him last year, a couple of the other moves that they
Mm-hmm.
made, the Browns
I'm
have been.
I'm not gonna lie, Isaiah, man.
KC
I
Concepcion.
had the Dolphins in my top five for who I thought whose drafts I liked personally.
You like that, Isaiah? It's hope
And
season.
it and
There you
it's
go, baby.
and it's beautiful because that means they actually have a chance to develop talent
Yeah,
and entice the talent to stay,
I just feel
because
like
that's been the biggest problem.
in the in
Getting
the
them to stay.
position that the Dolphins were in, it's so easy to try and hit it like swing for the fences on draft picks.
Yes,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and I don't feel like they did. I feel like they drafted things they needed,
No.
things they could develop, and chose
I
the
think
long haul.
the
They
yeah,
chose
the
they chose
best
people
things
that I thought.
available at that
Yeah,
time.
Well, that not
Yeah.
just that. I think they got a lot of guys that can all play.
yeah,
I also, hey,
Got a lot of
so
receivers, which was
here's another one for me
what we
that
need.
stuck out. And I think that the Dallas Cowboys had a very good draft.
yep.
Yes. I will
I
say that.
hate you. I
The
hate
Dallas
you.
Cowboys.
Why? Why? Makai
Why
Lemon
would you
were in the Pittsburgh Steelers lap on the
turn
phone,
his heads?
and then why is Philly calling? That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I think that's a big reason. I think that, and then the Drew Aller pick are why the Steelers people don't like the Steelers draft that much. They plugged a lot of holes. Max Heinachor, he's going to probably play right tackle. Troy Faltano is going to go to the left side. You know what I'm saying? Getting Drew Aller to me, that was big time because what they were telling the fan base essentially is like we're not going to sit and just wait. Yes, we know that this quarterback draft wasn't the best, but we're going to take a gamble here. We're just not going to do what we did before, which is make that gamble with the first rounder. We don't trust that. We're still going to try to get our guy or somebody with potential that could potentially develop, and we're just going to just keep going forward. So I was fine with it. They had 3 third rounders, and it's just a draft pick, or it's just a lottery ticket, bro. They got the
How do
budget
you
for it.
guys
I
feel
liked
about the Jets have
I
their three
I
first round
loved
picks?
their draft personally. I thought I was super excited about their draft, and
With the
I like
Jets,
the Chiefs. Yeah, and I like the Chiefs
Yeah.
draft too, man. I think the Chiefs went all defense, and it was
the
awesome.
Jet, no, the
Well, at
Jets
least in the
did.
beginning.
The Jets
Yeah.
getting 3 first round talent. That was you can tell that that Aaron Glenn was very, 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 very hands on and felt like he needed to swing for the
Mhm.
fences because getting David Bailey, obviously, I thought we knew that was going to
That was
happen. Kenyon Sadiq, I think Kenyon Sadiq
Yeah.
he's the future quarterback's guy. I think that's what they did. I think they have Garrett Wilson on the outside. They want somebody that they can play on the inside that can be versatile, and I think Kenyon Sadiq is that. So he's going to be the new quarterback of the future's friend. He's going to be his best friend, and then getting Omar Cooper Jr. to put on the other side of Garrett Wilson.
Bro.
Yeah.
And like D'Angelo Pons, the corner out of Indiana, I like that pick.
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
and then
Yeah.
like, bro,
I like that too.
then they went
Getting
out and got
K
Cade
Klubnik in the
Klubnik. Yeah,
fourth,
like I'm
man.
okay with that.
Yeah.
Dude,
They still got Fields under contract, right?
I don't know if they cut him or not. They should have, but either way, like I think remember Gino's there, so Gino's gonna play.
Yeah.
It's not like they're gonna like rush K Klubnik in, and K Klubnik may not ever even
No.
get a chance. But realistically, back in New York, I think those demons come back out of Gino. Gino's kind of started to show us
Mhm.
who he is right now, and I think he's about to come out and
Yes.
break that interception record, baby. He's about to come throw
Let's
for 45.
go.
I
And
just
they, I
Let's
mean,
go.
there's, I mean, unless you
Okay.
talk about O line, because I don't know how good their O line is, but when you talk about weapons, there's no excuse for Gino. He's got so many weapons now. My opinion.
Who? I was like,
For
I mean,
Gino,
I know we got Garrett Wilson, we got Kenyon Sadiq, we got Brees Hall.
Omar Cooper.
Who's their other outs? Omar Cooper. Okay.
I think Omar Cooper is a steal. I like Omar Cooper.
Who was
I
their
do too. I
number
thought the
2 guy
Steelers were going to
last
take him
year?
after Makai. Who was their number 2 last year?
Adonai
True, it would
Mitchell,
have been
maybe?
their first option. Yeah, it ended up being AD Mitchell, and
Okay.
that wasn't their plan. But yeah, Garrett got hurt, so
Shout out to Brees Hall staying. My God. Lord knows he could have been like, get me out of here.
I don't know that he
Well, I mean,
necessarily wanted to. I just don't think
yeah, I was
they
gonna
had
say
anywhere to send him.
nobody. Yeah, facts, facts,
There's
facts.
no other options on the table for him, I guess.
Fellas,
But I mean, he's a serviceable running
I
back.
liked the Falcons and the Titans drafts too.
I liked it as
I
a
did
Steelers
like the
fan that hates. I
Titans.
like Baltimore's draft. I was telling Cam before you jumped in. I said I love Baltimore's draft because they addressed what they needed. They
Mm-hmm.
got Ione, which they were
Hmm.
dealing with not being able to run the ball because their guard last year was hot garbage. Um, I mean, you need somebody to protect. They went out and they didn't reach. They went edge in the second round. That they need pass rush. Obviously, they have Trey Hendrickson as well. You then get a
Yep.
solid weapon in the third round with Jacoby Lane out of USC. Do I think he's going to be
Yeah.
crazy? Like, no, but that's a solid weapon to stack on top of it because right now it was D Hop. And brother, it's not 2017 no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is a different kind of ball
Yeah,
game, bro.
they did their thing, man. They had a lot of picks as well. There's a lot of teams with a lot of picks, bro. It's like teams sold out
Yeah,
to win
there was
Super Bowls. And now,
there's a lot of teams that had 10,
yeah,
12 picks in this draft.
Fellas, for all the negative talk about OU's tight end room the last 2 years, the starting tight ends both years got drafted. Jaron fucking Canick got drafted. Oh
damn,
my
that's
God.
crazy.
Where did he go?
He went to
Where'd he go?
Tennessee. He was the last pick for
Oh
them.
yeah,
Uh,
man, he's gonna be a special teams
oh.
god.
And Bauer Sharp went to Tampa Bay.
Damn, that's a very
That's
Tampa Bay
crazy.
move. Tampa,
Yeah.
Tampa, were the ones that ended up with Ruben Bain.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. I think it'll pan out. He's a good pass rusher, and he gets to develop in Tampa Bay while they have a solid offense. So,
Do you feel like we drafted too many receivers? That's the one thing that I was looking at our draft, and I was like, we got a lot of them. I think we drafted 3 or 4.
oh, who you talking about? Miami?
Yeah. Yeah,
Who
we
did
drafted
who?
like 3 or
Which
4 of
receivers
them.
all did y'all draft? Mhm.
We got Kevin Coleman, Caleb Douglas, Chris Bell.
I like the Chris Bell.
And,
I really like the Chris Bell. That I think Chris
yeah,
Bell,
that's who we
especially in the
got
third round, that's
total.
solid.
Yeah, and I
Um,
think that might have been it.
I mean, y'all lost
Maybe
Jalen Waddle.
3, but
It's open
yeah.
tryouts, bro. And Tyreek's not coming back. It's open tryouts, bro. Who is Quinn Ewers gonna be throwing the ball to? Oh, my fault. I'm at Malik.
Quinn? I was
I
like,
still
Quinn?
no, yeah. Quinn's getting some burn this year. Put that on God.
I can see that.
No, he's getting some
Yeah, I
burn.
mean,
Malik will either
he
get
said no,
hurt
he
and
is.
Quinn is gonna get to play, or Malik is gonna look like hot garbage and they're gonna bench him because Miami fans are gonna be hot. They're gonna be mad, and then the ownership is gonna be like, "Hey, bro, we're only 3 games in and they're already booing." And like, yeah, that's because we suck. We're rebuilding, bro. Chill out. And then the
Let us
owner's gonna be
rebuild.
like, "No, bro, we can't. We're the Miami Dolphins." Like it really means something right now. No disrespect. And
It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
Don't
what it
you?
means is you need to slow cook, bro. Stop trying to cook fast in a microwave and cook it in a slow cooker.
Y'all had a
Which I think that's the
shitload of
direction.
picks.
Who?
The
Yeah, we had
Dolphins.
10 or 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had 10 or 12.
God
We
dog.
drafted 2 tight ends, 3 receivers, 3 linebackers, 2 corners, a
Safety.
safety, offensive lineman. I think that was our draft in total.
What would you
I
grade
could
it?
be wrong.
What would you grade your team's draft? Cam, what would you give
Ah,
yeah,
Dolphins.
Cam, what would you give
Cam,
the
I'll let
Jags?
you go first.
The Jags.
The Jags. Hold on. Let me eyeball it one more time, and then I'll tell
That's him trying to talk that C minus up to a B.
you. Nah, I just, bro, man, I would probably say B minus. I mean,
Told
I do
you.
like the Regis pick and the Pregnon pick. I like Husky. I like Wesley Williams. I like Josh Cameron in the 6th round because, I mean, 2-time all Big 12 first team wide receiver, and you got him in round 6. I'll take that. But I just, bro,
I don't
they
feel like y'all
reached
hit
so
on your
fucking
early
high
pick. Yeah.
at tight end. Why? Never mind.
Isaiah, what
Anyways,
do you think
B
about
minus.
the Jags? What would you grade the Jags?
The Jags
Yeah.
draft. Just looking at it again while I have it up. I'll give you about a C. I'll give you a solid C.
That is
And the
passing.
reason why Yeah, and the reason that I say that is because the reasons that you just pointed out. You get two tight ends when you really didn't need two tight ends. But I mean, maybe they need a guy that's going to work hard on special teams. So that's maybe why they drafted the second one, kind of like a gadget guy. I also think. Hold on, yo.
Oh, there it is.
I also think too that there were some things that needed to be addressed. I don't think it necessarily was your secondary. I would have liked to see maybe get a run. Did you guys end up getting a running back? I'm trying to comb through
No,
it quick. I feel like you guys should have got a running back somewhere because you lose ETN, you traded Bashal Tootin.
no, we still got two.
You, oh, who was it?
Uh,
Take, my bad.
yeah,
Take
Tank. Yeah,
Bigsby. And Bashal started not looking as productive
he's just small.
um in some parts of
It
the
depends
season.
what's
I
their
mean, I
plan.
would
It
have liked
depends
to
on
see
their
that.
plan though, because if their plan wasn't to add a running back because they're going to either make a trade or there's an undrafted free agent that they have their eyes on, then it doesn't really matter. They
Well,
didn't grab one.
they're still trying to trade.
Brian Thomas.
Yeah,
There you go. So that's why I'm like, hey, I'll give y'all a C plus. I'll give you a C plus. Isaiah, what do you think about the Dolphins? What would you grade the Dolphins?
B.
Cam, what would you
I'll just
grade the
go
what would you grade the Dolphins?
B.
I will grade them probably A minus because they had a shitload of picks, and like I said, they drafted what they needed and addressed those, and I felt like they got best available for what they needed. Just for volume
Yeah.
purposes, bro, A minus. Like you had 37 picks. I mean,
Yeah, that's
We
facts.
ended up with 12. I think it was 12 or 13. I'm gonna see if I can
plus,
count them
bro,
Yeah,
real
I,
quick.
even
Hold on.
even if the fruit is a little of the fruit is spoiled, you grab 3 bags of
man,
them.
like,
You'll
bro,
be all right.
So
you got
we got
Michael Taff in
3.
round 5, and I thought he was awesome at
Yeah.
Texas.
He
You
was
know,
hot garbage. Hot garbage. And obviously the Steelers get an A plus. Let's keep it pushing. Now I give them at the I was saying C plus. I could be talked into B minus. The thing with the Steelers, I've always not even with the Steelers actually. Listening to the grades of the draft, it does remind me of like whenever it's fantasy football time and everybody makes their draft and then the app is like, oh, you're a B plus because you drafted value here and everything. And it reminds me that a lot of the football takes are now that where it's like, no, we're trying to talk analytical and that's what we grade this based off the draft here and stuff. When in all actuality, football is about you getting the guys that you want regardless of where they are. And I want to see what the draft class actually turns out to. So if it does hit, I think this could be a very good draft class because they had a lot of picks too. If Drew Aller becomes anything worth a damn, I think it worked out. They didn't really. The Steelers addressed a lot in free agency, so I don't think they really needed to in the draft, if that makes sense. And we know the biggest position of need is the quarterback position, and they're not really going guns blazing this year, and I'm fine with it.
I liked y'all's draft because I felt like in the games y'all didn't perform well, it wasn't the defense, it was the offense. And
Yes.
through 5 rounds, you had one, two, three, four, five, 6 offensive picks and 1 defensive pick. I like
Yeah.
that. And your
Yeah, it's a
defensive pick is probably your position of most need, which is corner.
yes, and it's a good strategy shift.
Yeah,
Previous to that, the Pittsburgh Steelers we were
defense.
dominating the draft. We were, well, but we were dominating. Like we were, the strategy was is like we're gonna win and get the best value and do all of those things. We're not gonna
Yeah.
try to reach and draft people out of positions even if we want them. We're just gonna take what we think is the best or the best available based off of like regardless of positional needs, regardless of what fits our scheme, regardless of any of that to make again the internet fan happy. And they didn't. They went out and
Right.
said, you know what? You know what? We're the ones who are running the show. It's not the internet fans. It's not Bleacher Report app. It's not any of these mock drafts. It's none of that. We're the ones running the show. So if it works, it's on our shoulders, and if it doesn't, it's still on our shoulders. And I applaud the brave effort of them because if it doesn't work, you're all getting fired probably.
Listen,
But
listen.
yeah,
In the previous The previous strategy landed you guys Kenny fucking Pickett, bro. Super Bowl
It
champion.
also
Okay.
A pluses were
Straight
getting
out.
us A plus ass whoopings in the playoffs quickly. So I'm fine with it. I mean, I didn't look at this draft and feel like you could really just hit it out of the park. Anyways, I thought you could upgrade some position value. You can get your depth a little bit better, but I didn't see the splash, if that makes sense. I've seen a lot of good football players, but I didn't see that.
I think you wanted a splash, but it got stolen from you.
Facts. Fucking Cowboys and Eagles, bro. I swear.
The Dallas Cowboys
I swear. Oh,
traded
choke.
interdivisional rival.
And then Jerry tried to get on.
Philadelphia
Jerry
Eagles.
tried to. I don't want to be on their bad side. It's happened to us plenty of times. Like, Jerry, I understand you weren't running the show whenever you were getting your cheeks clapped in the 70s, but it was there. And Dallas fans always have to be reminded of that. That's crazy that I said that, but that's just what it is. So,
Can we?
Jerry
I
had to
just
do
want to address something before we move on.
yeah,
Does it bother you
no,
that every time they cut to the camera and it's the war room or the draft room of the Cowboys, Jerry's always off to the right, and it's always his grandson is just getting hella hyped up like he just made the steal of the century in the draft. It bothers me. It bothers me so much because it's his grandson.
you
And I'm
hating?
like, you didn't.
why you hating?
He didn't have anything to do
Why
with
you
it.
hating?
Why is
bro?
he in there?
Why you hating? Because it's
like
his team in
17.
the next 30 years, bro. He gonna take on the name, bro. It's his team. He hype. He like, yeah, granddad. Yeah, so I can take over.
He's like, great pick,
Yeah,
great
yeah.
pick.
He's like,
yeah.
because when you go, brother, I want to be the one to take over because I feel like I can get
I
it
really
done.
think
Steven ain't
it's
it.
just the year we have a good draft.
I
and
can't.
we got plenty
Brother,
of picks.
the Cowboys had such a good draft. They have every year, but this
They will
year,
fuck it
well,
up.
this year I can't wait until Jerry gives his annual training camp speech. That's always like this. I feel like we got a lot of talent out here. This team reminds me of one of them 90 teams. I think, we were built
Like,
from the
dude.
inside out. Like, he's about to do it. He's going to do it, and I'm here for it.
I haven't felt this way since
95.
91.
Yeah, we were feeling good back
95
then
when
with
we
Troy
won our
and
last
Michael
Super
and
Bowl.
Emmy and them guys. That's how I feel about this team. It's
They were
almost that
also
time.
doing cocaine and witness tampering and crashing cars and everything of the sort.
You think CD and George won't top that if they want to?
Have they yet?
I
Is
definitely
that a
think
call
George
out?
would.
Is that a call
Well,
out?
you know what's crazy? I think George Pickens is just misunderstood.
I agree.
I just think he cares a lot
I agree
about football.
I agree. He is very immature too, though. He still shows up to meetings and stuff late, so let's not act like he's not immature. But I agree. A lot of his issues on the field, when you see him blow up, is because he cares too much. He just doesn't like letting people down, and you can see
like
it. It was
Dez?
like, yeah, Dez, Terrell
You know what it
Owens
is?
and stuff.
I think-
He's not.
I think Dallas just needs cocaine Michael Irvin on the sidelines. That's all it took for
Pumping
Miami
the
to come
ground?
back.
Bro.
They just need him. You want to win
might-
a Super Bowl?
hey.
Bring him back.
You might be on some. But all right.
I mean, Miami got to the Natty
That's
just
what I'm
off of
saying.
his
And you know what the NFL
alone.
would turn into if Dallas was back. Like, it would be unbearable. But, gents, last topic, WrestleMania Night 2. Last week around this time, we were talking about WrestleMania Night 1. WrestleMania Night 1 was horrible. It was probably some of the worst WrestleMania I've ever seen in my entire life. WrestleMania Night 2 was probably some of the best WrestleMania that I've seen in a very long time. Everything was booked the correct way. And even in everything being booked the correct way, they kept you guessing. And even with Oba smashing Brock, there's probably still a world where Brock did what he did to set up another storyline to then get retired by Gunther. Obviously Roman took over. What's happening with the bloodline now? Because now Jacob is there. Now they have other family members that are actually there. Is he going to feud with them? What's happening with them? Cody, obviously, that's Night 1, so I don't really care about that. Rhea took back her title. I'm trying to think of what else happened on Night 2.
Williams.
Trick Williams.
Trick
Trick,
Williams.
if you
Demon Balor.
I was gonna say if you can't remember, it probably wasn't that good.
No, it was good. Trick.
Probably the best ladder match I've seen in a long time. Banger match, my opinion.
I don't have a lot of notes as far as night two. You guys obviously know I'm not boycotting WrestleMania. I just my heart's just not in it like you guys.
I
Okay, and I'm trying to get
I
better
can't
about it.
believe
Okay, I will watch
I can't
documentaries.
believe you could tune
I'll watch
in
all the docs.
to the very first match on the card and listen to an entire football stadium chant Oba. Oh, and not be
Okay,
entertained.
all right.
And
Oh,
then
oh.
and then tune back
Okay.
in for an entire football stadium chanting "Whoop that trick" and still not be entertained. I don't understand it.
I saw the intros. They were
Bro, the trick
great, but I
dragons, that
mean, as far
whatever the
as like,
hell he had that he was dragging was a little ridiculous,
yeah, it was a little too much,
You talking about that
respectfully.
CVS
I don't know.
receipt?
bro.
Yeah,
I was like, come on, man, what are we doing?
I will say that maybe it's headed in the right direction, but also I'm not trying to pivot from WrestleMania talk, but I would like to eventually discuss the Hulk Hogan documentary. Yeah, just
I
I'll
have
let you
not
guys
watched it.
cook a little bit.
I still
I
haven't even
have,
finished Shawn Michaels.
I've done that as well. I mean, it really. I feel like it's hard to have documentaries about certain guys because who's making it, what network is producing it. I feel like they kind of control the narrative of it a little bit, and so it's a little more tame. Like we when you watch Dark Side of the Ring, they don't give two shits. They tell you everything that happens, how it happened, because those guys aren't really affiliated. Either those guys aren't affiliated with the company anymore, or they're too old to like worry about any kind of like drawbacks from it. With Hulk Hogan's documentary, it was backstory, where he came from, how he got his character, why he started doing what he was doing, and then none of it was addressed about how he was in the locker room with other people. None of it. He half-assed made comments about why things didn't work for him, which we know is you need to expand on that a little bit more based on the people that you're interviewing. It's not going to work for me, brother. He got mad. He did say that when Shawn Michaels oversold the match, he was like, "That really pissed me off when Shawn did that."
That's some of the funniest
But
shit I've ever seen.
uh,
It is, and it was
yeah,
very deserved.
but I mean, but everybody knew that he couldn't work in the ring like that anymore, and he was only there for the paycheck and to capture that fame, that notoriety that he always felt like he was going to carry and get throughout his entire life. And towards the end of his life, sadly, I think he was a little misinformed and kind of disillusioned to the fact that people didn't really fuck with him anymore. And so he had to do the next best thing, which is attach himself to some form of political like backing to bump up his bona fide a little bit. And he started like selling beer too, bro. I didn't even realize he did that,
I
but
knew
he
he,
talks about it in the
I knew
documentary.
he'd sold a lot. I don't. I think the thing with Hogan is Hogan had been the man for so long, and once you were the man in something for so long, it's always hard for you to let go. And I think he was that
Who do you
sheltered
think
kid,
struggled with
and
that the most?
him. Him, because he was the man. He was the one who got like wrestling as a whole where it was. Like there were better champions before him, like Bruno San Martino. People don't care about Bruno San Martino. No disrespect to a legend, but Hulk Hogan is what everyone thinks is like the starting point of wrestling as far as a cultural impact. It was happening, but it
Yeah,
wasn't worldwide like it is. Hulk Hogan is because of that. So yeah, he's drinking, he's smelling his own shit. He's Mike Tyson,
yeah.
bro. He was on top of the world. Nobody could fuck with him. And then once he started getting older and they started trying to move on from him, he didn't like it. His ego couldn't handle it. And that's why he left WWE to begin with, is because Vince was like, no, we want to go younger. He went to WCW because of it. And that's what made
He did. He said,
WCW
"I
go
didn't
under.
agree with that move."
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
have to, motherfucker. If they continue to only go with old people, the product suffers. And that's why WCW sucks or sucked and ended up going away, because they couldn't build suit like young superstars because every time they tried, that doesn't work for me, brother. And we change a
Which I
match.
guess the amount of creative control that he
He
had,
had
like
final say.
Kevin Nash,
He had
yeah,
no
Kevin
one
Nash
could
was in
no
it
one could out or overrule Hogan. So if they wanted to do something with the
exactly.
NWO and Hogan was like, "Oh, it doesn't make me look strong," that's what happens. Now, I will say his last WWE run, I'm actually happy that he handled it the way he did. He put over The
Mm.
Rock. He put over Brock Lesnar. He put some guys over. Then he went to TNA and bled way too much, and it was horrible. But like him as a pro wrestling character, his last work with WWE was fine. Now what he did after
Uh-huh.
that, some of the like after Macho died, where he was like, I just saw him, like I don't believe very much of it because of how Mach
Mm.
was. Mach was like, no, fuck that,
Yeah.
bro. You took Elizabeth. You hurt Elizabeth. And yeah, so I
Ooh.
knew what time it was, right? So,
Yeah.
but him and everything else, like I really could care less. Like it wasn't that I just disassociated myself from him. It was just like I hear Hulk Hogan's music now, and I'm just like, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's Hogan, but
Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah.
it's like if it's The Rock or Stone Cold or someone like that. I'm like, ooh, okay. But Hogan,
Yeah.
I've never thought of him
His
that way.
last appearance, yeah, his last appearance was kind of eye opening to me because they kind of removed him from a lot of
No,
stuff and then
no,
they
it's
brought him
it's not
back.
eye opening. It's ego. It just showed his ego because
Yeah, that's what I'm
when he got
saying
caught
in
doing what
that
he was
sense.
doing or saying what he said, all he had to do was come out and be like, "My fault, I fucked up." And he was like, "No, brother, that's not what I meant." No, and it's just like you just make yourself look
He
worse.
said, I
Just
was mad,
yeah,
brother,
that okay.
so
That's what
that's
you
why I
should have said
said
a long time ago, and then just let time pass by, and then eventually, you know what I'm saying, help out, and you would have been fine. But you just backpedaling the whole time. It just makes you look like you're just a liar constantly.
it.
So now
Yeah.
everybody
Hey,
distrusts everything you say. But Hogan, for what he did for the business, he's the biggest
yeah.
influence in WWE. There will never ever
Low
be
key,
anyone.
that paycheck that he got from suing that one website, bro, he got a bag.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know if he got
Oh,
all
did
that
you?
bag,
I mean, this is
but
crazy that we went from
what
Mania to this. This
140
is
million?
crazy. But he had a whole sex tape, dog. Hogan, the
Yeah,
GOAT.
bro. They had to
Cena
pay.
ain't got one.
They had to.
Rock ain't got one.
They had to pay him out. There's somebody in the WWE that has one right now.
That is a fact. Okay,
Yep.
cool. Now back to Mania. Cam, what did you? Was that on night two or was that night? That was night one. Okay, thank God. Cam, what did you think of
Was that
night
one?
two?
I thought night two was awesome. I thought it saved the WrestleMania card as a whole. Um, I thought the Oba Brock thing was perfect. Um, I think it elevated Oba even more to watch him squash Lesnar the way he did. Like I said, I thought the Intercontinental ladder match, I thought that was awesome. I really thought Javon Evans and ironically JD Madonna stole the show
Yeah,
on that match. But good for Penta to keep holding the belt because I feel like he's been a consistent sell week in
yeah,
week out on Raw.
yeah.
Um, Rhea and Jade, I didn't really care about that because I knew Rhea was gonna win that belt.
It was
I
actually better than I thought. I thought
I
it
just
was it there. It to me, I think Jade is put in a tough spot because I don't think she was ready as far as a performer yet, as far as most of the fan base goes. She's a good worker, but I think she got thrust into the spot that Bianca was supposed to be in.
yeah
And I think maybe it was a little bit too fast, but I think she conducted herself well. I think there were a couple of spots that looked a little wonky in the ring and whatnot. But I think as far as a story, there was a point at the end of it that I was like, wait, like wait, like she's about to win,
yeah.
and obviously she hulked up and won, but they had me for a second, like, and
I
then it was like, okay, okay, okay,
I just don't like all the interferences and stuff. Like I feel like every time there's a big match, there's interferences, and I don't like. Sometimes it's cool to just like let them beat the shit out of each other. No interference, just let them go. I don't know.
I think
And
I truthfully, if you want me to be real, I don't think it's her doing it, but that's why I continue to say that I think Rhea's gonna get ran into the wall because for you to beat her, it's the same thing as Cody. After a while, Cody's gonna get that John Cena treatment.
Yeah.
For us to beat you or to even compete with you, we have to have 500 people run to the ring and attack you.
Yeah.
You're the strongest. No one can fuck with you. After you get that you have to, because if you just get beat with a single spear, now everybody's like, what?
Yeah.
No, that's horrible. It's like now you just painted yourself in a picture you didn't want to be in, and that's I think what they're going to continue to do with Rhea because now the only person to beat Rhea clean is Io Sky.
Yeah. Which I think is what they're fixing to set up.
I agree.
But
Well, two different shows.
I just they'll find a way. God damn it, they always do.
Right.
The draft,
Liv versus Io.
the redraft or whatever's coming up, like it
Yeah,
always
Blake
does every
Monroe
year.
is about to be pulled up. HBK, shouts out.
Yeah. Finn Balor and Dominic could have been better. I felt like they could have done more with that match, but I felt like it was still solid. But man, you know what? You know what's crazy? Did you watch the Raw after Mania?
Yeah.
Did you see the fucking chair shot Seth Rollins put on Braun Breaker? And he missed? Gashed his fucking head open, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he
And then
bled so
Braun
much.
destroyed him.
Yeah.
Yep, he destroyed him, and I was like, I like it. I like it a lot.
I was like,
I
God
liked how
damn,
Braun.
dude, ow.
I liked how Braun did the crazy crash out too, where he was like, "From this day on, every second of every day, I'm coming to get you." And I was like, "Yeah, that's exactly what a crash out would say. Is what
Dude.
we don't go to sleep without thinking about me."
I like Braun in that character, man. Where he just fucking freaks out all the time. Like,
Crash out, bro.
dude,
Yeah, crash out.
I love it. I'm ready for him and
Juice
Oba.
to the max. He needs to wear a tap out shirt. That's what Braun Breaker's character should be. Because you know exactly, just wearing a tap out shirt.
Man.
Or an affliction shirt. Get him in an affliction shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the what were those jeans back in the day? Oh my god.
I don't even.
You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
know what
talking
you're
about?
talking about. Yeah, but that's Braun Breaker's whole.
Rock Revival? Was it Rock Revival jeans? There's stonewashed and all that shit.
It's too long ago, bro. We old.
All of them.
We old.
Fucking,
But did you see that Dave Meltzer gave Roman Reigns and CM Punk a 5-star match?
it's a pretty solid match.
It was solid.
I don't know
It
that
was very solid.
I don't know that it was 5-star, but it was a good match for sure.
It's solid. It was solid. I don't know why he gave it a 5. I thought it was real good, but I just thought I felt like Roman's had better matches with other people.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the misconception that Roman can't wrestle.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting that
wrestle.
shit across. Can Roman do the flippy Jeff Hardy stuff? No, he can't. Right? But the flippy stuff has never gotten somebody to the level of superstar that people want them to be. Right? Roman has, compared to what he was back in the day when he was just the big dog, where it was literally him getting beat up, hitting a drive-by on the outside, clothesline, Superman punch, and then just get beat up a little bit and hit a spear. Roman is so much better now. He understands crowd control. He understands how to work and sell. I love his smirky talking shit. I love it. I love Roman Reigns as a character.
Well,
is the fucking GOAT.
In that match,
The best of all time.
Well, when you have 6 months off a year, Marlon, I guess you can really figure out how to wrestle.
You know why you get 6 months off a year? Because when you were in your 20s, you were on the road every single night.
That's right. And because
And now that you're a made superstar, you paid your dues.
he doesn't
ain't
need
gotta
to be
do it.
there when he's got the family doing his work, the bloodline.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
Usos handling
You got to
business.
get through that. You got to get through my cousins before
They're
you get
there
to me.
every night. Come on,
Yeah.
man. Come
Yeah,
on,
you
man.
man.
got to get through my cousins
Listen.
before you get to me. I'm
As
the
good
final
as,
boss.
as
bro.
good as
My
that match
stats-
was, do you want to know why I would not consider it 5-star? Because I saw the absolute worst signature move steal of my entire life when CM Punk tried the Superman punch. That was the worst
Oh,
shit
yeah, that
I've
was-
ever
that was
seen
bad.
in my
That was
whole
bad.
life, bro. I
That
was
was
like,
bad.
God, you
That was bad.
so blatantly fake. Like, dude,
Come
what
on,
are you
bro.
doing?
Look,
You got to cock that. You know what time it is?
I'm going to tell you this. That what I sent y'all in the group message still stands. Stats don't lie. Eugene is one of the greatest of all time.
Eugene is horrible.
Okay.
Eugene can't sniff. Brock Lesnar is the GOAT. A GOAT. A goat.
I don't see. I don't think so. I still don't think so. I still don't
Isaiah,
think that.
I figured you would
You're
have become a huge
controversial.
fan once you saw him take the gloves and the boots off.
No, I think
No,
you're misunderstanding the whole career of Brock. Brock came out at the same.
no, I understand
Yeah,
it.
he was the biggest superstar in the company for 2 years. Got bored, left, made himself a bigger star by going and winning the UFC heavyweight championship just to make his character better. And then he came back to the WWE as the former heavyweight champion and just destroyed.
I still
Because
think like
he
when he
couldn't.
came back
No, no,
on
Nope,
the
nope.
I'm
at
not
Yes,
getting
Super
Brock
into
could.
this.
Show.
Okay, I'm not.
Brock could
No,
wrestle the way that you're thinking that he
I'm not
couldn't.
getting.
You just have to
No,
go watch Brock's
no,
matches with
I'm
Kurt
not
Angle.
getting into.
Yeah,
I'm not getting
yeah,
into this right
yeah,
now about his
yeah.
career,
I
dude. I'm not
I
He's
doing
still
the
this
think
with
goat.
y'all. It's
He's the
his
not
goat.
one of the
his
best, in
He's
my
the goat.
return
opinion.
at Super Show still one of the greatest returns of all time. Crowd was fucking lit for him to
This
come
is
back and
how
destroy Cena.
this is for me. This is a first. Whenever you're thinking of the goats, this is what I think. First, getting over. Did Brock get over? He absolutely
Yeah,
got
for
over.
sure.
Was his get over pause one of the biggest in wrestling history? Absolutely. Now I look at how did he go out? Did he put other superstars over? Yeah, gladly. He gladly put over other superstars. He put over Oba. He put over Gunther. He put over Seth Rollins. He put over Roman Reigns multiple times. He put people over, right? He put over Drew McIntyre. Then I think, what was Brock's worst match?
That's all.
Like when do I just look at a
Probably
Brock match and I'm
Goldberg.
like, that was yeah. And
WrestleMania.
really not even then.
Yeah,
Like the first one when they were both on their way out, like the
yeah,
match
that one.
wasn't bad. It was just the crowd took over because
Yeah,
they just booed it because they were both leaving.
right.
But just thinking back, like what was Brock's? If that's Brock's worst match, cool. What's the next worst one? I can never think of a bad Brock Lesnar match. Now, did he wrestle all the time? No. But when he did, I cannot, for the love of God, I can't think of a bad Brock Lesnar match. I can't think of a bad Brock Lesnar like feud. And if it's a bad feud, I don't think it's him. I think it was Roman wasn't ready when they were pushing Roman versus Brock. But as far as like who he was, his star power and stuff, like, bro, he's for that era, like he was a bigger star than what Batista was. And truthfully, people don't want to have this conversation. He's not a better worker in the ring or more of a proven than one of his counterparts, Randy Orton, but his ceiling was way higher than Randy's.
Yeah.
He
Okay, Isaiah.
you could build the they built it, they did it. You can build the WWE around Brock Lesnar and everything runs smooth. If they could have built WWE around Randy Orton and not have John Cena included, the best feuds of Randy Orton's career wouldn't have been with John Cena. They would have been Randy and
I
Edge or Randy and
I also want to take a moment, like, because if he hasn't been given his flowers enough, Paul Heyman deserves flowers, man. This
yeah,
dude, he made the next big thing, and then made the Beast Incarnate, and then made the 21-1 or the 1 and 21-1. Then he turned around and he made the best in the world. Like
yeah.
CM Punk was cool, but he wasn't CM Punk until he became a Paul Heyman guy. Then he made the OTC and the Bloodline,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and took them
Facts.
to crazy heights. Like it's,
You could go back
dude,
in Paul's
I don't
career too. The
understand how
Dudleys,
such,
RVD,
yeah, like how did such
Stone
a
Cold Steve
great
Austin. Yeah,
promoter of just individual talent and factions fail as a promoter for a
bad with
business,
money.
bro?
Bad with money. That's what
He's so good at doing that though.
He's a genius as far as putting together what talents should be pushed together, who
Yeah,
should be all of that stuff. He's shown how to develop people from the start of their careers and turn them into superstars. My guy is just bad with money. He don't know who to pay or when to pay him or the finances. Like
yeah.
that's what separated ECW from WWE. If Paul Heyman had honestly, if Paul Heyman had the fundamentals of Vince McMahon, WWE would have went out of business a long time ago. He just wasn't as good as money as Vince was. He didn't have the biggest backing that Vince had. So
Isaiah, if the rumors are true, and if Vince is buying back his stake and taking the company back from TKO, are you coming back? Are you coming back?
yeah, you just need Vince. Do you just need
No,
Vincent Kennedy McMahon?
no, dude.
I just want Vince
I
to.
can't
I
put
want Vince
myself
to
in.
return and hit the
I can't put myself in.
to anybody TKO.
When I saw that mustache and that hair that was holding on for dear life,
That was
I was like, all right, man,
That was you talking about
I'm
when he was
done with you.
was it at the Super Bowl last year or something? Whenever he was out, yeah,
Something,
he
yeah,
was,
he
yeah,
showed
bro.
up.
Yeah, I seen that picture. I was like,
Then when he got pulled over,
oh my
and then
god.
he was like,
He was
God
like,
damn it,
I,
man. I was like, all
I
right,
haven't
man.
drove my
I
car in
was like, let's
forever.
chill.
Apologies. I don't get out like this anymore. Hey, I'll call your
It's
boss
like,
and he'll
well,
tell you you're fired.
I mean, is that any worse than Tiger Woods being like, yeah, I just
Godfather
try to call
president.
the president.
Hey, shout out to Vince
Yeah.
for not using the president as a means to get out either. Because
Why did he call his
who?
wife? Later on, I just got pulled
Because he's
over.
Vince McMahon. Sometimes I like to get out
No,
the
what he
cruise.
thought.
I gotta get back to my roots. Cruising around the street in my 6'4".
Yeah. Oh my god. I mean, I can't do it. No, no. If he buys back his stake, one, it's crazy that they would allow him to do that. Just
They're
to be
talking.
More
honest
Money
with
crazy,
you.
hey,
talks.
money talks, baby. Money talks. I think it's all.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
it's
only
all
reason why.
smoke. I think it's all BS. I think Vince has his ass. So all of his free money is going towards that case that's still pending.
Brother, you know what I mean? And I think money talks and I think that's the only reason why Brock Lesnar stayed in the WWE as long as he
No,
did
that's
because he
100%.
liked the
Yeah,
paycheck.
that's the only reason he was at Mania is because they were like, "Hey, we need somebody to put Oba
We'll
over."
give you
We'll
$4
give you.
million
Bro,
dollars
they didn't even
to
tell him the storyline.
go shirtless.
They were like, "Can you get in shape for Mania?" And he was like, "How much?" They were like, $25 million, and he was like, "How long do you need me?"
He was
They
like,
were like,
bet. So all I got to do is
4 weeks.
like walk
He was
out
like, 4 weeks and
to the
25
ring.
mil. I'll be there.
Did he even do like mic
Yeah.
work to
Yes,
build the
he was
matchup?
there for like two or
What
3 months.
and what was and what was he saying?
Just like I'm the Brock Lesnar shit. Come out here so we can see who the bigger man is. And then obviously he linked back up with Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman was doing his shtick, which is why
And
it
then
was
Paul Heyman took the mic and was like,
yes, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
no,
hey,
that's
yeah. No, all of that stuff is nostalgia. Like they're think of it this way, right? And I get what you're saying. We watch the product and you're like, all these old men. It depends on how you look at wrestling. If you look at wrestling and it's just like, I just want to see who the baddest man is, like, no, you should probably be watching UFC as a man, right? Once you understand that. But on the flip side of that, when you watch it as a performance, you're seeing these guys get to come out and take a bow for the final time. So that's what Brock is doing. It's like Denzel. Denzel's not working like Denzel did when he was younger. Will Smith isn't working like Will Smith did now. At one point, they're gonna be done. And when they're no longer putting out any movies or being featured in anything, we'll miss them, right? That's what Brock is doing right now. He's getting a chance to, like, that's all. Like, when you think of Brock Lesnar, that's it, bro.
Cause you was gonna go to that T-Pain concert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
no.
was.
Earth Gang was on the card. Earth Gang was on there.
Because you can
That's
buy
not
you a
nostalgia for
drink.
me. I still listen to him.
I still watch
It's
Brock.
different. And
You
also,
guys are too much.
while y'all talking on that shit, okay, I was fine with it. I don't know. Ric Flair had like 18 retirement matches. So this idea of like, hey, let's give them their swan song. No, because they always come back. That's why I'm
I
like,
don't think they will. Is why like that's the you're comparing this past era to an era full of drug and alcohol abuse. They're done, bro. Like, could they go to a different small company and ruin their careers that way? Yes, but that's going to be outside of the WWE, and that's what happened with Ric Flair. When he retired in WWE, bye, bro. Like, you can go. The show can go on if you want to go do bingo halls, but this one here, nah, bro, you're gone. And I think that's what it is. Is like, could you see Brock Lesnar at like 82 years old taking bumps in some backyard? Yeah, possibly. But as far as him as a character on WWE TV, it's over with. It's over with.
all right, so we'll see him in 2 weeks. All right.
No, I
It's been a
told you.
great show.
I told you. He'll be back, and I think it's just to put Gunther over, and it's just to fall into that career killer and thing.
But why would Gunther need to go over? I think that's my biggest thing.
You're creating a
What's the
star.
play? with
You're
that.
creating a star. Like, do you
But Gunther already has a shtick. He already has a
Isaiah,
gimmick
when
already.
Hogan went over, do you think Hogan was just so popular that he was Hogan, or do you think somebody had to put Hogan over?
Who
Andre the
put him
Giant.
over? But hold on now. Hear me now. He was wrestling in a different territory before, so his name
Who?
was already carrying. And then whenever he went to New York, he didn't wrestle Andre the Giant at first. He was wrestling other people.
Yes.
So his status, it was folklore, right? But at WrestleMania 3, that moment, yes,
That
with
was
Andre,
also
but he had wrestled
he
Andre a
had,
bunch of
but even
times
he'll say
already
that he
before that.
never knew if Andre would put him over, and he didn't know that Andre was going to put him over before he put him over. But
Well,
he
I
was
could give
put
you one.
over.
I could give
Andre
you
the
more.
Giant was
I
about to
could give you
That's
die,
one
what.
more
bro.
recent
What do you
though.
think Brock Lesnar is?
Like Hogan could have walked away after he put The Rock over, but then this young
He
guy
tried to
named
go put.
He wanted
He
more
tried to
money.
go put Mr.
He went
Kennedy
to
over,
TNA.
this young guy named Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar was coming up right after that, and they
Yeah,
were like,
and he
"Hey,
put him
here's
over.
what would make Brock Lesnar look like a
A
legit
superstar,
dude. I'm gonna
and they
have him
did.
bear
They
hug you until you bleed out of your fucking throat."
bleed, and it made Brock Lesnar. Brock beat The
They
Rock,
were
and then
like,
that was
"Jesus
the
Christ, did y'all
superstar.
see him ragdoll Hulk
That's
Hogan?"
yes. Every single superstar in the history of pro wrestling was put over by an older superstar. Macho was not Macho. He was a very good character. He was very beloved by diehard fans. Casual fans didn't know who Macho Man was until he beat Hogan. Or until he wrestled Hogan.
I don't agree
Until
with
he
that.
wrestled Hogan.
Oh,
Yes.
I was like, I don't
Yeah.
agree with that.
Until he wrestled
But
Hogan. Yeah.
well, I know you. Well, also too, Hogan was already a part of the WWF. He was on the card of WrestleMania
Yes.
1. So like this, but it was the story. It was the build for him to wrestle Andre the Giant that essentially put him over and say your prayers and eat your
yes,
vitamins,
but I think
brother.
that
Real
we're
American.
talking about the elevation of their career from being at the top of like being at the top of pro wrestling right now and being an all-time great. To go into being an all-time great, you have to get put over. And if you don't get put over and you don't have the names to stack on top of it, they can't mention your name. So it's very important to give back. That's why Brock is doing it. And let's not act like Brock is Ric Flair. Brock is like 49, 52 or something like that. Ric Flair was like 74. And
Another thing that wrestling does that
Well, that's
wrestling
what-
can give you that a lot of other sports can't is that oh man, like what if we got to see LeBron versus Jordan? Wrestling can
yeah,
give you that.
and they can tell the story.
Yeah,
They'll be like, oh, it wasn't Jordan's day. He's out of his prime. Like they can give you that and still deliver it really well. I just think honestly, Isaiah, I think you want a youth movement because you're just like it doesn't make sense to bring these old guys back. But again, it's like even watching watching the NBA, superstars aren't really superstars until they beat superstars, right? Like nobody cared about Steph Curry being a really good 3-point shooter until he was mowing down people in the playoff runs. And then he won a finals. Like that elevated him, and to do that, he did have to step on Kobe's name. He had to step on, you know what I'm saying, like for him to get to where he was. And
then
yeah,
you got to think
that's the
about
same
like
thing.
you got to think about like because this is how I took night 2. I have sat and watched Brock Lesnar ragdoll people for 25 fucking years.
Yes.
25 years. Just ragdoll the shit out of
No,
people.
he hasn't. No.
Who did he ragdoll?
I
No.
just watched Obafemi body bag the shit out of him in like 5 minutes. So then it's like
Goldberg is the only other person that he got body bagged like that by. He's lost matches, but he hasn't been.
Brock
Yeah, I was gonna say he's
Lesnar
had
left.
matches.
Yeah.
He
And
left.
then-
There's
Isaiah, who's the champ right now?
I
Cody.
don't know.
What did Cody do? What was
Okay.
his story? He left. Drew McIntyre.
Cody didn't go to try to play in the NFL and then find the UFC and then come back when the money
Did
wasn't
you
calling
know?
him
Why
Did
does
you
anymore.
that
know
Cody
bother
went
you?
you
to a
so much,
different
though?
Did you
organization.
know that? Did you?
It's just I don't
Did you
like
also know that
what
Brock
you.
I mean,
was like
why doesn't
first? There's multiple things, right? First, Brock didn't need the
I'm only doing this
no
to
no.
trigger you guys.
Brock
This is great. Let's.
Brock didn't need the money. First off, he was a
no?
very wealthy man and already had land in Canada. They wanted him back. They sent Taker to that UFC card to bring him back. It wasn't the other way around. They understand what they have in him. You're the UFC champ, bro. You bring legitimacy
Legitimacy to
to
wrestling.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's not for us who are 30 years old and can look at the product and be like, man, this shit is corny and blah blah blah. But through a young kid's eyes who is all wrestling is looked through, you're looking at it and being like, no, this guy was kicking people's ass. And if you watch him in UFC, like, yeah, he lost some fights, but he whooped some ass. And like UFC is real. Like this guy, that's who Cena's going up against. Like it
I just
fuels like
think
put
I think
yourself in
that
your mind space when you were like 10
every
and think of like, oh, that's who that is, and this is who Oba beat. Damn, now Oba has to be
bro,
tougher than
and not only that, but like I think there was a vast
But it's
majority of
not really
people
a
that had the
tougher
same
thing.
mentality you did. Like, there's no way Brock's gonna let. Oh, but like he's been getting squashed on Raw week after week after week.
yeah.
He's not gonna
He's
lose
gonna
the
come out
match.
and he's gonna get pushed over, and then he got smashed, and
Yeah, and
we
so
moved on.
when he put Oba over like he did, it was like,
It's a big deal.
whoa,
Because
yeah,
again, like you said when we were talking about Hogan, what do you think Hogan does at that spot?
not gonna work for me,
That
brother.
doesn't work for me, brother.
If I don't like you as a person, I think
Yeah.
In
that was
fairness,
Hogan's
John
problem. He
Cena
didn't
was a
like
lot
that
of the same
person.
too.
He was early, but I mean, no, you're right.
For the business, for the
A
business, for the
lot of the
business.
biggest,
That's the
John
a
biggest
Cena
thing that
lot
people
of,
use.
refused to put Ryback over.
but a lot of the greatest are. If you watch the Stone Cold doc, Stone Cold had that in him, where he only wanted like that's why he left because they were like, we want you to lose a match to Brock on Raw, and he was like, what? Hell no, and he left. That's why he left. So it's all of them have done it. So I don't ever really use it like most of the best WWE superstars of all time left. Some of them for whatever reason or the other, but a lot of them left. A lot of them, it's just like it's just their job. They're just actors. It sucks to say it, but they're actors that put their body on the lines to create a performance. And I think whenever you look at actors, do I think he's looked at as like a Denzel level actor? No, but he is one of them. Like, man, that's a fucking this dude can put on a performance anytime you put him on a movie. Like maybe he's not Denzel, maybe he's not, you know what I'm saying, viewed as one of the best ever. He can hold his own with anybody.
But he could be a Matt Damon.
Yeah, he like Ti in rap game. Like I don't think Ti was ever the GOAT, right? But he can hold his own. You can get Ti on a good song.
He was
Yeah,
around. He came out with a couple more hits now.
like
You know,
he's, you know what I'm saying? We understood
he had a
hit his
moment. He
peak.
had a
We
moment.
understand he's on his way out, and on his way out and fading out, he puts out 2 or 3 good songs every album, and I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. It reminds me.
It's like Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels technically didn't put anybody over. He just had legacy matches and was like, I'm done.
This match was too good. I can't top it. Get me out of here.
What else can I do?
think
Yeah,
the
get me out of
reason
here. And I
the
think,
only like not to cut you off, I think the difference though is like Sean came back when he came back in '02. They gave him the title. He lost the title fast as hell, and then he just spent from 2002 until 2010 just putting everybody over. Like everybody, it was like before you entered the main event picture, he was Max Holloway. Before you got that crack at Volk, you got to get through Shawn Michaels.
you got to
Yeah,
get through Shawn,
yeah.
baby.
Hey,
Well, really, his Triple H through those years was really great storytelling and great storyline that got people's interest outside of like all the other developing
Yeah.
talent, like old school like storyline, and then they squashed it, and then they reformed the geriatric
Yeah.
X towards the end of their careers, and then really when he wrestled Ric Flair, I mean, come on.
It was that for again, Shawn Michaels was such a good performer that he took old decrepit Ric Flair and gave him the match of his life at Mania.
And he did that for
Yeah,
Hulk Hogan,
yeah,
too.
yeah. That's
okay?
well, Hogan's
I want to watch it
Hogan's a different
again.
beast
Like,
because again, his ego was so big. But again, Isaiah, what industry do you see the man, right? Like Michael Jordan, LeBron, like their
okay,
egos. You understand, like
okay.
man, their egos are so big that I can't. You know what I'm saying? Just the normal
The
people, it's
only
just like
reason, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess the only thing that I see the differences in between, because they're all professional athletes with something that's based solely off of numbers in the sense of like competition, right? Okay, we need to hit these numbers, we need to put you over, we need to listen to the crowd. That's part of the business. I think with, in a sport setting, it's like if you have an ego as an individual athlete, it's because you're trying to achieve the ultimate goal to get. I think there's similarities, but there's differences. Like
yeah,
the NBA,
I
right?
think
You're
yes,
trying to get a
yes,
ring.
but I think you're just looking at it different because you're saying like you can earn it in the NBA, and there's things that you can do to truthfully earn get having that ego.
Yeah,
And what I'm saying, like yes, that's the same thing in wrestling. It's just viewed differently.
yeah.
And once you get that,
I think it's viewed differently because you have people controlling that
they
narrative a little bit
control it
more
in they
in
control it in the
wrestling.
NBA as well. If
To a certain degree, you still got to put a ball
You
in a hoop,
do,
and you
you
still got
do,
to hit
but
a
how
ball, and you
many
still got to
you
score
do, but you're
touchdowns.
all like the guys that get drafted are always going to be the most talented in the world. When they're drafted, the
Yeah,
organization is pretty much like they are responsible for who are superstars and who are not. And if they do the wrong thing or push the wrong guy, it'll crumble somebody's career. So it's the same. It's just like
well, the only difference that I would argue is if there's somebody that's in that writing room that one time one of the talent members was like, "No, I don't like it." They can put them in a position to not be successful in that
right.
business,
And say,
and that's very possible based on
okay,
bias. And that's the only thing that I
say
think
you're an
they're
assistant coach
different.
and
Okay.
you are coaching a guy who is somewhere, right? Let's say you're an assistant coach for Boston and you have Tatum, right? And
Hmm.
you don't like his
Hmm.
attitude. And then now you're a head coach
Hmm.
and Tatum gets traded to your team and you don't like his attitude, but he's Jason Tatum. You can make Jason Tatum look like he's mud because you have an agenda out.
Yeah, and that's why it depends. But sometimes people that aren't as talented in the wrestling business get huge pushes, and they get to stay on top for a
We
while.
also, well, I think that's subjective. I think it's subjective based off of what you want from a performer, but I think most of the ones who
Hmm.
do get pushed to the top and they perform well, they're still pushed like that. And I think it's the same way in the NBA. Like if Shea wasn't cooking right now, like the league would not be pushing Oklahoma City the way that they're pushing Oklahoma City. And
My one example is Goldberg,
what about him? His name, bro. It's
but he wasn't a safe guy.
Isaiah.
He
Yes,
got people hurt
Isaiah.
all the time. He had a
Isaiah.
bad attitude.
Paul
He,
George was traded from the Thunder to the Clippers for their 19th born children. Like they gave them their future until 2451. Like that shit happens, bro. That was horrible. That is horrible. For Paul George,
but
for Paul George, Isaiah,
and at the time,
Paul George, Paul George. Paul
he was playing like
George.
an
Paul
MVP.
George.
He was playing like an
Paul George.
MVP,
Yeah,
dog.
hey, for to certain eyes,
He finished like third
to
in the
certain
voting.
eyes, Goldberg was performing like a great wrestler. He wasn't having technical matches. He wasn't able to do the things that Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart and some of those guys could do. Paul George wasn't doing that. Paul George was on a very good team, designed well, that was left over for KD, and he got prime Russell Westbrook. So most of the attention is stopping Russell Westbrook. And then he got to the playoffs, and Joe Ingles was like, slow left-handed
That
fader,
boy Joe
or
Eagle,
we're talking to the
he
media,
was he
giving the
was,
the man, that was a bad shot. No, you just a hater, bro. Let's be real. Let's be real. So,
but it was a
man, this
bad
shit
shot.
went in.
You know
It
it
went
was a bad
in.
shot.
It
It
went
went
in.
in. It
Would
went
you leave
in.
Steph Curry out there
But
by himself just dribbling? So why are you gonna leave Dame? Let's stop it.
he was out far enough. But as a
Have you ever seen
defender,
Dame hit that shot?
as
All right,
Yeah,
then.
like twice.
So, brother, that's part of his bag. That's
But I've
part.
also seen him
Yes,
miss
yes.
it
But
a
if he's
lot too.
taking it,
And yeah,
if
it's
he's
part of the
taking it,
bag.
it's part of his bag.
With the amount of time, this is a good argument because with the amount of time that was on the clock, where he had the ball at, where Paul George was playing him, Paul George didn't want to get too aggressive and Dame have an opportunity to get by him for an easier shot. So what was he doing? He was playing the distance a little bit and also playing that distance to be like, all right, I can't get too aggressive. I can't get out on my toes. And then he goes right by me. He still contested the shot. It just happened to go in.
Well, if you push up on him a little bit more and you send him to the rest of your team, and also, good thing that evolution exists because the game changes as soon as you create a this is how I have to guard it. Offensive players are going to change what they do.
I agree
Counter,
with you.
baby. You know who started that? Kobe. We got counters for you. We Floyd over here. We Floyd over here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But anyways, fellas, let's go ahead and wrap her up for the day. Y'all want to listen or leave the listeners and the people with anything this week?
You know, second time going live. We'll do it live. Second time doing that. I like this format. Hopefully people really enjoy it. They are able to, see us in more of a natural state. It's not all recorded. You can tune in at any point in time. You can come back, do all those things. Keep listening to us. We're gonna keep coming with the hot takes, and I'm gonna keep trying to trigger Cameron and Marlon about wrestling every week. That's my life's one of my life
Isaiah
goals.
thinks
fine.
that Eugene
Just
is
to
the
upset
GOAT,
you
and
guys.
he's right. Eugene is the GOAT.
That's fine, Isaiah.
Look at
While
the amount of
you're
matches
gaslighting,
between Eugene and Brock Lesnar.
while
Okay,
you're gaslighting Marlon and I for wrestling, you can enjoy NFL purgatory for the next 10 fucking years. How's that feel?
20.
don't cut my mic off. Don't cut my
20.
mic off. No, I mean,
Cut him off again.
but the Jags.
There you
Cut him
go.
off
Good,
again.
Good cut.
Anyways,
Shit. I'll leave them with this is my first time on the new format. And I like it. I like it a lot more than where we were at. So
go Jags.
yeah. Duval.
I ain't got nothing for y'all. Y'all take it easy. We out. Peace.